Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how I lay my frontal, and I'm actually going to be talking about 20 lessons I've learned in my life. I've had so many experiences, so many lessons I've learned, and a few of them I'm going to be sharing with you guys. The first thing I do is I make sure my edges are well laid underneath the stocking cap. Secondly, if you have makeup on, I do this step just when I have makeup on. You take a little bit of cotton and dab it in spirit, and what you do is you clean the line on which your frontal is going to lay on. This is to ensure that it really bonds well to your skin, because if there is any form of dirt or makeup on that place, it's going to pose a problem. The next step is to apply the first layer of glue on the line, on your hairline. So for the purpose of today, I'm going to use the Got to Be Free spray. Firstly, you apply the first layer of glue, and after applying that, you use a dryer all over it to dry it. You go in with the second layer and still use the dryer over to dry it. Make sure the dryer is on low heat, and then you go in with the third layer and still use a dryer to dry it. After doing it 3 times, the bond is really going to be strong, and when it's tacky, when you touch it and you feel it like it's tacky, that is when it's time for you to lay your frontal. So I'm going to go in now with my first layer of glue. Point 1 on the 20 things I've learned in life is life is too short for you to put up with things that don't add value or bring you happiness. Stay away from those people or those things that bring you negativity, because it doesn't pay. I'm just going to be giving the points in a random order. The next point is you can't have it all in life. No one does. It's just impossible. Human needs are ever insatiable. You can't have it all in life. So you have to be grateful for the little you have. You have to be grateful for whatever you have. Even though you keep on striving to be better, but be grateful for what you have at the moment. Once you're contented with your life, once you're contented with the little you have, you'll see that life will be way better for you. Yes, it doesn't mean you should stop. You shouldn't strive to work hard, or you shouldn't strive to improve on yourself. You should. You should dream big. You should dream better. You should expect better things. But while expecting, while dreaming, and while working for that, be contented with the little you have, the little God has blessed you with. Be grateful for it, because there are people out there who are looking for what you have and don't even have. There are people out there who would give their lives to be in your position. So always be contented with what you have. Now I'm going to go in with my second layer of glue. On to the next point. One of the things I've learned in life is always do the things that scare you the most, because those are the things that actually pay better. Like, step out of your comfort zone. That fear you have to take the risk, to step out of your comfort zone, that is what is limiting you. On to the next point. Apart from your education, right? Apart from your formal education, it's good to acquire more skills. Informal, be it informal or formal, but apart from your education, it's good to acquire more skills, especially with the situation in our country nowadays and even in the world at large. Skills will never fail you. What you do with your hands, the work of your hands, will never ever fail you. It's going to help you someday, sometime. I'm going in with the dryer again. On to the next point. The measure you give is what you get. The way you treat people, that's how they treat you back in return. Whatever you do unto others is going to come back to you, if not in double folds. So always treat people right. Now I'm going to go in with my third layer of glue. On to the next point. Do I still need to tell you that a life without God, a life without Jesus, is an empty life? Always live your life knowing that there's a supreme being up there. Always live knowing that there's a supreme being up there that sees us all and guides us all. A life without Jesus is no life. A life without God is an empty life. And in everything you do, remember there's a God watching us all. There's a God who sees it all and knows it all. On to the next point. Family and relatives are two different words. Sometimes friends become more family to you than relatives. On to the next point. Never be so dependent on people, because people are going to shock you. People are going to shock you. Do not depend so much on people, so much that if they don't actually do what you expect them to do, it's going to affect your life so badly. So always make your plans knowing that you have just you, knowing that there's just you. If support comes in from other people, fine, but if it doesn't come, move on with your life, because people are always going to shock you. And remember, people will hardly support you till it's popular to support you. On to the next point. Physical attraction is good when it comes to success of relationships, but compatibility and shared values are better, and they are the main key to long-lasting relationships, because there comes a time when the physical attraction starts fading away. So now what keeps you both together? If there's no compatibility, if you guys don't share the same values and you don't see life from the same perspective, it's going to be difficult. So conclusively, physical attraction is good, but what is more important is compatibility. Now I can feel my glue very, very tacky. I'm going to go in with my wig, and I'm just going to place that on top of my head, making sure the center is directly at the center of my head. Always check that the center of the frontal is directly where the middle of your head is. If not, it's not going to balance straight. So once you've done your check, you start laying the frontal in sections. First, you take the front part and you just glue that on top of the glue, and you use a comb to smoothen it out. Next, you lay the corners using the same method. Making sure that hair doesn't touch the glue. What should be glued down to your head is just the lace and not hair. So you have to always make sure the hair doesn't stick to your skin, else it's not going to be neat. So after gluing the lace to your hair, what you want to do next is go in again with your got2b spray to just melt the lace to avoid any harsh lines. You spray that in little sections, just at the tip. Next, after applying the got2b spray, you go in with a little cloth, something like this, and just tie that directly on top at the edge of the lace. Make sure you tie it so strong. Your reason to tie this is to enable the lace to lay really flat and seamless on your skin. You're tying this to actually melt the lace to give that scarf-like natural look. On to the next point. Regret the things you didn't try. Regret the things you didn't do, not the things you did. Never ever regret giving out love, even to the wrong people. Never ever regret being a nice person. Never ever regret giving out positivity. On to the next step, I'm going to take off the scarf. And as you can see, my lace is really stuck. At this point, you can style it to however you want it to be. Because at this point, the lace is well stuck to your skin, so you can style it to however you want it to be. Now, if you're doing all this with makeup on, you'll notice that there's some shiny substance at the edge of the lace. This is due to the glue. So you can get rid of this shiny look using spirit and cotton. So take a little bit of cotton and just clean just the areas where you have the shiny look. I'm going to use a little bit of edge control and create some baby hairs. So I'm going to use my brush and a little bit of edge control and just do sweeping motions. After doing your baby hair, you can go in and style the wig however you want it to be, but baby hairs is optional. Some people like it and some don't, but I personally love it, so I always do that on almost all of my frontal wigs. So next I'm going to style the wig using a flat iron. Now on to the next point. No matter how old you are or no matter how far you've gone in life, always give respect and pay allegiance to your parents. Always give respect and be in good terms with your parents. If you want things to go well with you in life, always pay allegiance and give respect to your parents. Take care of them if you can. Appreciate them if you can, because they have sacrificed so much for your existence. One of the lessons I've learned in life is to cut my coat according to my size. Cut your coat according to your size and live according to your means. Do not compare your life to that of others, because no fingers are the same. No two people in life are the same. On to the next point. Always trust and listen to your instincts. You know that inner voice in you that always echoes behind? Always listen to that voice. In life, there are going to be really few genuine friendships you're going to have. Most people are going to love you or be friends with you just because of what you can offer or for the interest they have. So when you find those true friends, those people who are genuine to you, when you find that person who loves and appreciates you, who you are compatible with and who is genuinely for you, then never you let them go. On to the next point. Never you look down on people, because God can bless anybody. The ball never stops rolling and life changes situations. On to the next point. Always have a goal and set priorities. If you live your life without setting goals and knowing your priorities, you are just going to make so many mistakes. On to the next point. If you have to wait till you have enough money or time to do certain things, then you're never going to do anything in life. Instead of settling for less or sticking around someone just because you want to be with someone, it's better to be single. Because there are many people who are in relationships and they are alone, and there are many people who are single and they feel more at home and they feel happier than those, they feel more fulfilled than those who are in relationships. On to the next step. To make my wig smoother, I'm going to go in with the Cantu Shea Butter Mousse, and I'm going to apply that on top of the wig. Grudges are like poison to the soul and the mind, and the only antidote to that poison is either to talk it out or let it go. If you have grudges against someone, it's better for you to either tell them or you let the grudges go, because the more you keep those grudges in your heart, it poisons your soul, it poisons your mind, and it brings in so much negativity. Broken hearts do mend. No matter how broken you feel, no matter how bad it is, no matter how terrible you feel, just know someday you are going to heal. Time heals all wounds. It may take a longer period, but someday you are going to heal. Someday you're going to be fine. If you notice, you will see that my scalp looks darker than my skin. This is because the stocking cap I used was not exactly my skin tone. So how am I going to correct that? I'm going to go into my powder palette and use this brush. Take a little bit of powder, which is my skin tone, and just apply that on the lines. You already see the difference. Slowly blend that. Blend it in. Anywhere you have lines, you apply that. It's going to make a huge difference. Never you mock a pain you have never experienced. Never mock someone going through a situation you have never passed through in life, because you don't know what life is going to bring to you tomorrow. Be careful how you treat people on your way up, because you may meet them on your way down. What goes up must surely come down, and they may be the ones to catch you when you fall. And the last point I'm going to talk on today is learn to be happy for others. Always have that mindset to be happy for others. Always clap when others are winning. Always clap when your friends are winning. Always clap when your relatives are winning. Learn to be appreciative of the little things people do for you. It's going to draw a lot of positive energy and positive impact into your life. So that's it for today. I hope you learned a thing or two. Kindly drop in the comment section what your own experiences or what your own lessons in life are. Let's share it together. Thank you all for watching. See you all in my next video.